evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. Adult and Teen Challenge Thunder Bay held a grand opening to officially launch its new community office this afternoon, which will allow the nonprofit to offer outpatient programs for those who are unable to attend the live-in program.
3, 2,
Are you ready?
1. Are you ready? We've been ready. We've been
The community office will serve as the first point of contact for anyone looking for support or programming. Staff are trained to provide assessments and support and will ensure each person is provided with the best option for their next step. The organization offers weekly outpatient programs for both men and women, as well as concerned person support groups, which will provide training and support to those with a loved one struggling with addiction. COO of Adult and Teen Challenge, Katie Imond, says the new addition really helps with people who are unable to go to a live-in program.
What we've been able to do through our community offices is meet people where they're at. Everyone's at a different level, and sit down with them and assess what the next best step is for them.
It kind of gives us a broader audience to be able to help, as before, in town we only have a 14-bed men's home and a 10-bed women's home. That's only 24 people that we can help at a time, whereas as this grows, we can help an exponential amount of people.
The community office is located above Adult and Teen Challenge's thrift store on 107 Johnson Avenue. It will be open on weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's a new study out from Canadian Women's Foundation that reveals that more than 50% of people in Canada do not fully understand consent when it comes to sexual activity. CTV's Eric Tashner has the details.
According to Canadian law, consent should be both positive and ongoing. But a new study finds only 45% of survey respondents say they would need both indicators from another person to ensure sexual activity is consensual.
In Canada, 1 in 4 women experience some form of sexual violence in her lifetime, and actually 42% of people in Canada say that they know somebody, they know a woman who has been sexually assaulted.
Awareness of consent has gone up since 2015. The survey shows that this understanding of positive and ongoing consent is higher for people under age 54 and lower for people over age 55.
Sometimes we don't even know how to answer. There's taboos, there's a sense of uncomfortableness, there's a sense of not knowing what to say. And I don't believe it comes always from a bad place. I think we just don't talk enough about it.
Amelia Rising Sexual Violence Support Center is holding a 16-day social media activism campaign to stand up against all forms of violence against women starting Friday. It's a campaign that began back in 1991.
The 16 days of activism is so we can renew our commitment to women, girls, and to us LGBTQI+ folks to end violence against them.
There will be events throughout North Bay over the next 2 weeks, like encouraging people to wear purple on Friday. The keynote event will be a vigil at Nipissing University on the night of December 6th.
Believe women. Like when they say that something has happened, when they come forward, it's a really brave thing.
Approximately 4.7 million women, 30% of all women aged 15 and older, have been sexually assaulted outside of an intimate relationship. That stat comes from Statistics Canada. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Gasoline prices in parts of the Thunder Bay area remain the lowest in the province, but that's not the case in other parts of the Northwest, which have the highest prices per litre in Ontario. Thunder Bay Superior North MPP Lise Vaugeois raised the issue at Queen's Park this week and challenged the Ford government to stop what she says is price gouging in this region.
Gas prices remain far higher in Northern Ontario than in the South. In the Northwest, the average cost of gas was 30 cents more per litre than in the Greater Toronto area. Even in the North, the price can range drastically from town to town for no discernible reason. Just ask the Minister of Northern Development, who said last week, "I can't explain the price variations in the North. It's a bit of a Wild West phenomenon." Will the Premier rein in the companies who are gouging Northerners and end gas price gouging in Ontario?
And to reply, the Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Through you to the member opposite. I don't know, breaking news. Ontario and Canada are part of the global economy. We're affected by the global supply chains and the price of oil and gas around the planet.
The Thunder Bay branch of the Victorian Order of Nurses is establishing a new chapter in their history. The home care organization held a grand opening this past week for their new office on Arthur Street.
With this auspicious crowd and this momentous occasion, let's officially open the new office of VON Thunder Bay.
The new location equips VON to take on new challenges and allow them to continue delivering their home care services. It also gives them the chance to work more closely with primary care providers, clinics, and pharmacies. Senior Manager Robert Kilgour says VON is a key part of a broader healthcare system, and this move helps the agency's overall mission.
It puts us in the heart of those who are delivering services to patients and to clients. So VON in its history has always been in the community, in the center of the community, identifying the needs, the gaps. So what better place to be than amongst practitioners to find out what is going on, to be able to support them, to again reinvent the nursing clinic perhaps, to see how we might be able to work hand in hand.
VON's new office can be found at the Arthur Street Medical Health Center on the 6th floor. The Anishinaabe Nation brought together early education experts from across the region this week. The three-day Early Years Conference focused on ensuring that traditional and cultural teachings remain an integral part of early childhood education in NAN communities. Kurt Black has that story.
This week, early education experts from numerous NAN communities came together with the intent of creating a collective vision for changing early learning systems in First Nation communities to better reflect the teachings of their culture.
The Western model of providing early learning care is not working, and we need to go back to the roots of those values and principles and teachings of elders in ways of caring for children that are very specific to each community.
Director of the Early Years Department with NAN, Wendy Arsenault, believes their goal of returning to more traditional teachings is well within reach, which is why she felt the time was right to bring everyone together to ensure they're all on the same page moving forward.
I don't think it'll be difficult at all. I think it's just an opportunity for communities to have the resources and the funding to do that. It's there. So I don't think it's going to take long. It's happening now in most of the communities. And so it's just bringing people together and creating that vision of what that could look like.
According to Arsenault, there are just 13 daycares and Head Start programs within the 49 NAN communities, which is why a big emphasis of the three-day summit was sharing the success stories from across the territory, like that of the Ganuming First Nation. Council member Kelly Forche has seen firsthand the positive impact the Head Start programs can have with her daughter and now granddaughter attending the program.
Seeing that and having that over the years in our community, it's a great feeling, great accomplishment, and it does help a lot of people from on reserve to off reserve to, any people that need our services.
Shelley Franceschini, supervisor at the Ganuming First Nation Head Start program, said it provides a safe and nurturing environment for families to learn and further their education, and is hopeful that other communities can take the lessons that they've learned and apply it to developing their own programs.
Don't give up. There's going to be opportunities coming, and be ready, be excited, get your community involved. If it starts off slow, it starts off slow. Just keep gaining that momentum and don't give up.
Kurt Black, TVT News.
A local high schooler has gone above and beyond to help the Sick Kids Foundation. St. Patrick's student Sarah Sacchetti led a fundraising competition between St. Pat's and St. Ignatius, and both schools sold enough chocolate bars to raise $11,000.
I myself was supposed to go to Sick Kids, and I have many friends who wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the cause, and I think it's super relevant within not only our school community but also Thunder Bay as a whole.
Sacchetti's close connection to Sick Kids over the course of her life inspired her idea for the competition. 36 golden ticket prizes were mixed into 5,000 Hershey chocolate bars, and while St. Ignatius edged St. Pat's in the competition, both schools sold all their chocolate bars by just the third day of lunch sales. Sacchetti, who earned the nickname Willy Wonka, coordinated sponsors and campaigns for the fundraiser and was overjoyed by the end result.
It was honestly incredible to have seen all these different groups of students. Everyone just kind of came together for one cause. Everyone put in so much effort, everyone on the teams, the sales effort, everything. The staff, everyone came together for this one cause. And it was, the smiles on everyone's faces. It was amazing to watch.
The 16-year-old hopes the fundraiser can take place again in the future. The West Fort Kiwanis Club is kicking off the holiday season with their annual Christmas tree lot fundraiser, with the proceeds going towards supporting the group's various programs and services for Thunder Bay children. Volunteers were up bright and early this morning to carry hundreds of Scotch pines and balsam firs for the opening of the tree lot located in the CLE grounds. There are a variety of trees to choose from with varying different sizes and price points. The sales from the annual tree lot boost the group's contributions to organizations like Our Kids Count and several scholarships, bursaries, and meal programs. Residents are encouraged to act fast if they want a Christmas tree from this lot, as the club sold out of the trees after 11 days last year. Christmas Tree Committee Chair Terry Ferguson says they tried getting more trees than usual but didn't have much luck.
We have just over 600 trees. That's all they would give us, and that's all they would give us the year before. We can't order any more. They continue to tell us that there's a shortage of trees in North America. You can't do anything. You have no choice. You're stuck with them.
The Kiwanis tree lot will be open from noon to 8 p.m. on weekdays and from 10 in the morning to 8 p.m. on